That was a clip from The BFG, a movie based on Roald Dahl's classic book that will be released next month. The movie is directed by Steven Spielberg, winner of 3 Academy Awards, and 10 of his films have been nominated for the Best Picture Oscar. He's joining us now from Los Angeles to tell us more about his latest project. Good morning. Welcome to our program.
Good morning, Marcia. Thanks for having me on.
Tell us more about the BFG, and was there a lot of pressure to do the book justice, considering how many fans there are of this story?
Listen, there was pressure from my own children to do the book justice, because when they were very young, I read the book out loud to a lot of them. So they were my principal critics, and they were the ones I had to please initially so I could come back home at the end of the day. And so far, so good.
Good to hear. Now, this is a children's movie, but it has a darker undertone. Was it tough staying true to Dahl's vision while also making the movie kid-friendly?
Yeah, Dahl and a lot of his work has the same sort of dark undertone as Walt Disney movies did. Snow White and Fantasia and Dumbo and Cinderella, they've all, in Maleficent, they all have those sort of nightmarish interludes, but you always, Disney certainly, and as well as Roald Dahl, you eventually get out of the dark, and there's redemption, there's light, there's comedy, there's hope, there's dreams galore all through the BFG. And so the darkness gives a nice contrast to all the happy parts, and there's like 80% happiness in the movie. 80%
happiness. So making these movies, it must keep you still childlike.
Yeah, what it does is it renews my faith in childhood, especially in a world that it sometimes seems, just based on headlines and issues, that we're all losing too much of our childhood. It's important to remember that we never lose it. We have to be reminded we still have it, and I have to remind myself every once in a while that I can jump into a genre like this and remind myself that I still dream those dreams, and I still want to share them with everybody.
So if Roald Dahl was able to see the movie, what do you think he would think?
Well, I would hope he liked it. I know that his entire family, his daughters and everybody who has called me from the Roald Dahl estate adored the movie and said some very lovely things about what they thought Ralph would have thought, and so I felt pretty good about that. And so did Melissa. So did Melissa when she was with us, and so did Mark Rylance, who plays the BFG, and our little Sophie, Ruby Barnhill, who plays Sophie.
Now, speaking of other genres, I was reading this morning that Jaws is celebrating its 41st anniversary this week on the 20th of June. Did you ever imagine 41 years ago that you would be making pictures, that you would have a stack of Oscars beside your name? Take us back to those early days directing Jaws.
Well, when I was directing Jaws and I was in the Atlantic Ocean with about 150 people trying to get this mechanical shark simply to pass by the boat without turning upside down and coming out of the water tail first, I really, really believed, truly, it was my second movie, and I really believed my career was over. Oh. I was going to be a two-movie kid, and then I was going to have to probably be somebody's film editor. I was hoping that Scorsese would hire me to edit some of his films or something. I thought it was over, because that production, even to this day, Marcia, was the toughest production I've ever endured. Any of us. I think a lot of people on the movie would agree with that.
Really? Did it make you a better filmmaker, do you think?
It made me a more patient filmmaker, because I realized, and it also proved one thing to me, when I really wanted to get a shot, rather than giving up because it was too hard to get that shot, I just waited out the weather, basically, waited for the tides to slacken, waited for the wind to stop blowing, waited for the shark to work. But I waited almost 8 months, because it took 8 months to shoot the movie. I've never made a movie that took 8 months to shoot.
Well, best of luck with BFG. It opens nationwide on July the 1st. Steven Spielberg, a pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Nice to be there. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you.